You've probably heard of Somalia, but did you know there's a region called Somaliland that has been functioning as an independent state for over 33 years? Let's take a step back in history. In the 1880s, during the age of imperialism, the African continent was divided by European colonial powers at the Berlin Conference. This is also known as the Scramble for Africa. At this conference, European nations carved up the continent without African input, drawing arbitrary borders that often ignored ethnic, cultural, and historical divisions. With that, Somaliland became a British territory, while Somalia was an Italian colony. They became two separate territories with different colonial legacies. On June 26, 1960, Somaliland gained independence from Britain, while Somalia gained independence from Italy 4 days later on July 1, 1960. And after decades of colonial rule, the two regions chose to unite. So between 1960 and 1991, Somaliland and Somalia were united as the Somali Republic. But tensions grew between the regions, which eventually led to the Somali Civil War. And in 1991, Somaliland, led by the Somaliland National Movement, declared independence on May 18th. Since then, it has functioned as a de facto state with its own government, military, and economy, all without international recognition. But despite its self-sufficiency, Somaliland's lack of official recognition keeps it in limbo. While it holds democratic elections and boasts its own currency, the Somaliland shilling, it still faces international isolation. And Somaliland isn't just surviving, it's thriving. With a growing economy and key investments, it's becoming an important player in the region, with the potential to shift diplomatic dynamics. So why isn't Somaliland recognized? International organizations such as the European Union, the African Union, and the United Nations continue to uphold Somalia's territorial integrity, maintaining that Somaliland remains part of Somalia under international law. They also fear that Somaliland's example could push other secessionist regions towards independence. But considering what we now know about the Scramble for Africa, isn't it ironic that these regions remain separate under colonial rule for decades, yet today, Somalia insists that Somaliland is part of it with backing from European powers? What's your take? Should the world recognize Somaliland as an independent state, or is it better off as part of Somalia? Let us know in the comments.